Well, this webinar is titled Lessons Then, Lessons Now. It's a part of the 10-part series on the 100-year anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic. I'm going to quote directly from a section of the book that's titled The Obvious Lesson. In whatever view of the accident be taken, whether the moralists use it to the point the text of a solemn denunciation warning, or whether the materialist swinging to the other extreme scouts any other theory than that of the fortuitous concurrence of atoms, there is scarcely a thinking mortal who has heard of what happened who has not been deeply stirred, in the sense of a personal bereavement, to a profound humility, and the conviction of his own insignificance in the greater universal scheme. Many there are whom the influence of religion do not move, and upon whose hearts most generous sentiments knock in vain, who still are overawed and bowed by the magnitude of this catastrophe. No matter what they believe about it, the effect is the same. The effect is to reduce a man from the swaggart braggart, the vainglorious lord of what he sees, the self-made master of fate, of nature, of time, of space, of everything, and it reduces him, as he reflects on this, to his true microscopic stature in the cosmos. He goes in tears to put together again the fragments of the few small pitiful things that belong to him. The only comfort all that can bring surcease of sorrow is that men fashioned in the image of their Maker rose to the emergency like heroes, and went to their grave as bravely as any who have given their lives at any time in war. The hearts of those who waited on the land and agonized and were impotent to save have been laid upon the same altars of sacrifice. The mourning of those who will not be comforted rises from alien lands together with our own in a common broken intercession. How little is the 882 feet of the monster that we launched compared with the arc of the rainbow we can see in our grief spanning the frozen boreal mist. The best of what we do and are, just God, forgive. And this photograph on the side, or artistic rendering, is that of an angel over those that perished in the Titanic. So a few questions, even though this is a short webinar, for consideration. What's the most important thing for you in making life count? How can we live how can we live a life of significance rather than success? Does Titanic serve as an allegory for the U.S. culture today? These resources you might find helpful, as I've already mentioned, the U.S. Civics Training Initiative and the 21-Day Faith Experiment. My name's Craig Seibert. Thanks for listening.